Hi friends, welcome to our yoga flow today. Today we're going to be doing a gentle flow format, just sort of a full body thing designed to get you moving, designed to get you feeling limber, and designed to help you calm down. So if you'd like, pick your own music out, maybe something mellow today, roll out your mat, get some water, and meet me on the mat. Hi there, welcome to our yoga flow. Again, it's a gentle flow today and a full body format. So we'll be flowing from pose to pose with a big emphasis on the breath and just hopefully calming down. So let's come to a comfortable seated pose on your mat, cross-legged or whatever's comfortable for you. Then we want to take a second to find the hip bone so that we can feel rooted right where our pelvis hits the mat. From there, we want to lengthen the spine and sort of roll the shoulders down and back, bringing the palms up. Now, a big part of yoga is the breath. So let's take a minute to find our breath. Let's take a big inhale through the nose and an exhale through the nose. Let's do that a few times. A big inhale through the nose and a nice long exhale through the nose. We can keep this going for a few more breaths at our own pace. Maybe closing the eyes if you want to. And just catching your breath from a busy day. We want to pause and notice how we feel today, how our body feels, how we've been getting along, because all this information matters on the mat so that we can take really good care of ourselves. And then to deepen the breath, let's start to lengthen the inhale to match the length of the exhale. So we're finding a nice gentle pace with it. A natural pace, unrushed. And with maybe just a little more intention, starting to breathe in a way where you're filling the lungs from bottom all the way to top. So you're trying to get a full inhalation every time you breathe in and a steady exhalation. The last thing we'll do here is possibly choose an intention. I'm big on intentions. I love them. I'm going to choose one that pretty much everybody can relate to right now. And it's just let go. I feel like we all have something to let go of. If that resonates with you, we'll come back to it over and over. And if it doesn't, feel free to pick your own intention. It's really personal. Pick something that means something to you today. On the next exhale, let's bring our hands to prayer pose in front of the heart, still seated tall. Let's have a big breath in, and as we exhale, open the eyes. Coming back to that intention, let go. On the next inhale, let's reach up really tall, up through the sides of your body, up through the arms. And exhale, just flow down, sort of like you're stretching in the morning. Coming back to prayer pose. Match it to your breath. Inhale up. Exhale, reach out wide. Come back into prayer pose. We start to move with our breath in a flowing style of yoga, moving really gently today. Maybe coming back to that intention silently. Let go. Or whatever you chose today. Let's have one more breath like this. Flowing, really noticing how you're feeling now that you're moving. And let's change it up a bit. Let's inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, pull down through your shoulder blades, kind of pulling elbows toward the ribs. Inhale, reach it back up. Exhale, pull it down. We want this to feel nice. Flowing with this a few times. Again, still matching your inhale to your exhale. Big breath in. Exhale, let go. One more time together. A big inhale, letting go of tension at the upper back and the shoulders and the neck. Good. Let's come to prayer pose. We want to bring awareness to our spine again. So rooted at the hips, tall through the spine. Abs gently engaged to support the spine. On an inhale, let's lengthen. On an exhale, let's gently twist to one side, just floating the hands down wherever they fall. On an inhale, coming back to neutral spine. Exhale, going the other way. Matching it to your breath. Inhale to neutral, exhale to twist. And we start to move at our own pace. So listening to your breath. Eyes can be open or closed right now, whatever helps you concentrate on your breath and the pace of it, and also on keeping your spine neutral. We want to enjoy these gentle twists, not forcing them. The arms just simply float down wherever they fall. Let's do one more like this, flowing with breath. Exhaling, finishing on the other side. An option to a couple times, maybe start to lift your arms up on an inhale. Exhale, twist, same motion. We're just creating a little more space now. Exhaling as you twist. Inhaling, rising, starting to warm the back, warm the shoulders, warming the arms, the obliques, moving with your breath in a really gentle and mindful way. On the next inhale, let's come back to neutral. Exhale, rest. Come back to your prayer pose. Good. Pause for a breath here, coming back to that intention that you set. Perhaps it's letting go of something. Perhaps it's something totally different. Good. Let's release the hands and make your way to all fours pose. When we get to all fours pose, we want to have an emphasis on fanning the fingers out wide, pressing them firmly into the mat, giving us the best foundation we can have. We want wrists and hands right under shoulders and knees right under hips. And then we want to take a second to lift up and out of the shoulders. So not sinking into our joints like I'm doing right now, but actively lifting up, strengthening them, not stressing them. On an inhale, let's have cow pose. We'll tilt the tailbone up, lift the heart, a back extension. On the exhale, aim your tailbone down. Drop your head last, cat pose. The inhale will come back to cow for back extension. Exhale gently to cat for flexion. Start to move with your own breath and your own pace. Treating these poses really mindfully, that they feel nice, that we're letting go of tension, not causing it. We're moving with our breath, and we're being nice to our body. Let's all have one more of each pose. Finishing in cat stretch. And then on an inhale, just coming back to neutral all fours alignment. Hands are pressed down, shoulders are active, core, let's pull it in. Then let's think of pressing the right leg back, straight back, flexing at the heel, reaching through the heel, pulling in the core, and keeping your hips level. Maybe reaching out with the opposite arm, this nice long line we're going for. On an exhale, let's ease it down to all fours. Let's do the same thing other side. Reach your left leg back, flex through the ankle, press through the heel like you're trying to touch something behind you. A strong weight-bearing shoulder, and then a long reach with the opposite arm. On an exhale, ease it down. Let's start to move with breath. Inhale, lifting, reaching in opposite directions. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, setting that hand down mindfully, because as we keep going, it's about to be the weight-bearing hand. So we're aware of the hand. We're aware of the shoulder. We're aware of the core. This is all body, all parts of your body working here. Core is engaged. We're thinking of keeping the hips level so that we don't rock side to side and so that we don't let that lifted leg side lift. Let's inhale. On your exhale, come down and take it all the way back to your child's pose. Exhale, rest. So in your child's pose, let's have extended child's pose for now, reaching out through your arms, your fingertips, lengthening the sides of your body. Let's have a big breath in. Exhale, rest. Maybe walking our fingertips over toward the right side of the mat, stretching that left side body. And as we breathe, breathing into that left side. Walking our hands back to the center and then over towards the left. Now stretching through the right side body. Just taking a second to notice how we're doing. Walking hands back to center, having a big breath in. Exhale wherever you want to rest in your child's pose. Feel free to move your arms somewhere else. We're resting our face, closing our eyes, just having a breath. On the next inhale, let's start to come back up to all fours pose. When we get to all fours pose, have a breath. And then let's step to forward fold. Let's step 1 foot at a time to a place where our feet are hip width and parallel to each other. Bend our knees deeply. And on an inhale, swan dive up, hip hinge up, reach, reach, reach. Root down at your feet, reach up through your fingertips, pull in your core, be strong. Exhale to prayer pose. Coming back to that intention we set. Maybe it's letting go of something that no longer serves you. Maybe it's something totally different. Pausing for a breath in and out. On the next inhale, we'll start a round of sun salutations. So coming about 2/3 of the way up your mat, rooting down at your feet. You can start in mountain pose with palms forward or in prayer pose if you prefer, whatever you like. We'll start with a sequence of moving with breath, like a typical sun salutation, but we're going to have a modified version today, treating it a little bit gentler. On an inhale, reaching up, strong arms. On an exhale, hinging from your hips, swan diving down. On the next inhale, bend the knees, bring it up to that flat back monkey pose, and then exhale, relax to all fours. Forward fold, Good. Now let's step the right leg back, pressing through the heel, lengthening the leg in the lunge, lengthening the spine in the lunge. On an exhale, plant the hands and step to your plank pose, pressing through the heels, activating the shoulders, squeezing the core. On an exhale, let's lower the knees and sort of shift forward without shrugging your shoulders. Ease down, keeping your elbows by your rib cage. On an inhale, peeling up for an unsupported cobra, meaning we're not using our hands, we're just strengthening our back. And then hug those elbows and press up. Tuck the toes, make your way to downward facing dog. First downward dog of the sequence. So let's bend the knees, aim the tailbone up, and have a couple heel presses. Good. On an exhale, come down to the knees, and we'll step the right leg forward, lunging other side. Perhaps we tuck the left toe, lift the knee, lengthen the spine, have a breath in. Exhale, step to forward fold, relax. On the inhale, swan diving up, hinge up from your hips, reach up. Palms come together, let's come to a chair pose. On the inhale, let's do the other side, reach up. Exhale, swan diving all the way down. Bending at the knees. Inhale, lift the spine to monkey pose. Exhale, forward fold, relax. Let's step the left leg back to a lunge, pressing through your left heel, lengthening your spine. On an exhale, plant the palms, step to plank pose, pressing through the heels, strong shoulders. Let's lower the knees, and as we exhale, shift and lower down, keeping those shoulder blades aligned. On an inhale, unsupported cobra, hugging the elbows to the ribs, and then pressing yourself up, tucking toes to downward dog. Just to be balanced, let's have a few heel presses, lengthening the legs, getting a little action in your toes and your ankles. On an exhale, let's come down to the knees. Step your left leg forward, lengthen your spine, look forward, maybe tuck that right toe and lift to a lunge. Let's have a deep breath in. Exhale as we step to forward fold, relax. Inhale as we rise up, swan diving, reaching. We'll finish in a chair pose. Good. On an inhale, bring it all the way up. Let's exhale, prayer pose. Good. Let's do one more round. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, swan dive down. Bend the knees, inhale to monkey pose. And exhale, relax, forward fold. Let's reach the right leg back, press through the heel, lengthen your spine. And exhale, stepping back to plank pose, lower the knees. Have a big breath, stabilize your shoulders, and exhale, shift and lower down, keeping the shoulders aligned. Inhale, unsupported cobra. Hug your elbows towards your ribs, press up, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Have a big breath in, and then exhale to the knees. We'll step the right leg forward, lengthen the spine, maybe tuck that left toe to lift the leg up, feel the hips opening, and then step to your forward fold, relax. On an inhale, swan diving up, reaching up, finishing in a chair pose. Perfect. Inhale, rise, reach, lengthen. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Bend the knees, inhale, monkey pose, activating all these back muscles, and exhale, forward folding. We'll step the left leg back, lengthen, 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 look forward, exhale, step to plank pose, lower the knees. Let's stabilize the shoulders, have a breath in. Exhale, shift and lower down. On an inhale, unsupported cobra. Exhale, pressing yourself up, tucking toes, taking it to downward facing dog. Have a big breath in. Exhale to the knees. Let's step the left leg forward in a kneeling lunge. Lengthen, set it up, and then maybe lift the knee. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale to forward fold. On an inhale, swan dive all the way up. Exhale, finish in chair pose. Let's breathe in. Reach up, maybe look up. Root down at your feet. Rise up through your body. And exhale, prayer pose. Let's come back to that intention we set. Again, maybe it's letting go of something that no longer serves you. I feel like we could all do that. Or maybe it's something totally different. But we're coming back to our breath. Making sure the inhale matches the exhale. Good. On the next inhale, let's reach up, up, up. Lengthen. Exhale, take a swan dive, but let's stop halfway down for setting up for airplane pose. So we want to bend the knees, aim the tailbone back, lengthen the spine, reach your crown of head forward, and then pull your shoulder blades together like you're trying to squeeze a pencil between them. Reach your arms back, palms down, and feel all the work going on here. Legs, core, back muscles, shoulder blades, and even the triceps. On the next inhale, let's reach up, upward salute. Feel the back work going on there. And then take it back to airplane, reaching behind you. Good. Let's do it again. Inhale, rising, reaching. Exhale, airplane, activating. One more time. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, take it to airplane, reach back behind you. Have a deep breath in. Exhale. Perfect. On the next inhale, let's rise. Exhale, bring it down to prayer pose. Relax. On the inhale, let's sort of swim the arms back behind us. We're thinking of opening across the heart and across the front of the shoulders for a stretch. If it's comfortable, you can interlace. But if that hurts your joints, don't do it. It's not worth it. We're thinking of rooting down at the feet, softening the knees, and aiming the tailbone down towards your heels so this doesn't turn into an accidental back bend. So we're stretching across the heart, having a couple more deep breaths here. Great stretch for you to do to work on posture. We do so much rounding all day. Let's have one more breath here. On the exhale, bend the knees, hinge from your hips, forward folding. Maybe keeping your hands interlaced if it doesn't hurt. Of course, if it hurts, don't do it. Let's lift the knuckles maybe for one more breath. And exhale, release arms down, cross your arms, bend your knees a lot, rock side to side. Let your low back release a little bit. Let's have a big breath in here. Exhale, hands to the mat and stepping back to plank pose. Pressing down at your hands, reaching through the shoulders, strong shoulders, reaching through the heels, keeping your core engaged. No strain in the low back. If there is, lower the knees. Otherwise, keep pressing through the heels. Let's have a deep breath in. On the exhale, take it to downward facing dog. Aim that tailbone up. Try and lengthen your back. On the inhale, come back to plank. On the exhale, downward dog. Flowing with these two poses. Just one more time. On the inhale, come back into plank. On the exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Let's inhale, come to plank. Lower the knees. Take it to child's pose. Exhale. Whatever version of child's pose you like to catch your breath. Let's have one more breath here. Relaxing the face, relaxing the jaw. Coming back to that intention. On the next inhale, let's rise up gently to all fours. We'll step to a forward fold. Lengthen your back, bend your knees, just relax for a breath. And on the next inhale, hinging up, reverse swan dive. We reach, exhale to your prayer pose. Good. Have a deep breath, catch your breath. Setting up for a little warrior series. Let's put hands on the hips first. Think about your spinal alignment and even your pelvis. We want to aim the tailbone down to protect the lumbar spine, and we want to keep that pretty much the whole time. So brace your core, that waistband area of ab muscles, pull them in, shoulders back, and then let's step the right leg back for a crescent lunge. So stepping it back, pressing through the heel, and bending your front knee, stacking it over your ankle, or at least not letting it go past it. We don't want to do that. So for stability, right over the ankle, and maybe we lift up, adding a little element of balance into this. We keep pressing through the right heel, the back heel. We might even lift that knee a little bit to give us a little more stability. We take a deep breath here. Exhale. Perfect. So releasing the right heel to the mat, we'll open up for warrior two. We're looking over the left hand for now, and we can heel toe the back foot back a little bit if we need to for alignment. We bend that left knee. We're thinking of hugging the right hip back to keep our hips squared. On an inhale, revolve the left palm up, reach up, reverse warrior. Good. Let's have a breath here. Reaching, reaching, reaching through that side body, and exhale back to warrior two. On an inhale, rise up, prayer pose, rest. Let's walk the feet together and step back to face the short side of your mat. Hands to the hips again. We'll do the same pose, other side, same three poses. Let's step the left leg back for a crescent lunge, pressing through the heel, bending your right knee, zipping up your core to protect your lumbar, and maybe lifting the back knee just a little for extra stability. If you want to, lifting the arms for balance, breathing with it. Matching your inhale to your exhale, and thinking of all the good stuff going on right now. We are balancing. We're stretching the left hip. We're strengthening the left leg. We're strengthening the core. On an exhale, let's bring that left heel to the mat, open up for warrior two. And again, if you need to adjust the back foot a little bit, go for it. Let's look over the right hand. We're keeping that nice bend in the front knee. Have a deep breath in. Exhale, relax. Let's revolve the right palm up. Reach up, reverse warrior, where you're lengthening through that right side body. Think of length, length, length the whole time. And then the arm just follows. We can look up if we want, or we can continue just to look forward. Totally up to you. Let's have a big breath in. Exhale, bring it back. Warrior two. Inhale, rise. Let's come out of it. Let's come to prayer pose and turn our feet parallel to each other for a nice wide straddle split. Hands to the hips, core engaged, shoulders back, knees are soft. We don't lock the knees. Let's take a big breath in. Exhale, start to hinge from your hips, easing all the way down to your straddle split. And we can use a block if we want. You can think about the block has three heights. We can use the tall height, medium, or flat. Whatever height you use, if you're using a block, just making sure that you feel sturdy on it and it's not gonna tumble over and leave you stranded. So we can have the block, or we can just come to the floor. It's whatever we want. And if this stretch isn't enough, we can heel toe our way out. If it's too much, we can heel toe our way in. And we just sort of adjust and find the sweet spot where we're getting a nice inner thigh stretch, hamstring stretch. There's no discomfort. We keep the knees soft and the spine long. Let's have a deep breath in. Exhale, just relax your spine. Relax your back muscles. Relax your head and neck. Feet are pressed into the mat like you're trying to rip the mat into two pieces. On the next inhale, let's bring the spine and the back parallel to the floor. Hands are right under the shoulders. Let's put the left hand at the center spot. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, twist. Let's ease it down. Replace the left hand with the right. Inhale, start the twist. Exhale, rotate. Let's ease it down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift your right arm. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift your left arm. Exhale, ease it down. Good. We'll start to walk our feet together a few times, quite a bit, to bring it back in. Bend the knees. Let's put hands on the hips. On an inhale, start to ease up, hinging from your hips. Maybe reach above. Exhale to your prayer pose. Walk your feet back together. So find a place where you feel comfortable balancing for a little tree pose today. So if you're on a squishy mat, go to the hardwood floor. You can always go to the wall, or you can stay right where you are. Let's start in our mountain pose, feet right under our hips. Maybe start with hands on the hips. Let's have a deep breath in. Exhale, just catch your breath. Good. So think of rooting down through your right foot. Let's shift to the right foot. We're rooting down on that foot, but rising up strong. We keep the right knee a little soft always, but the body is strong and active. The core is active. The glutes are active. The leg is active. Posture is good. We want to open the left knee out to the side, so we're opening the hip, and then maybe walking that foot in or even up on the leg, finding a place that's comfortable. You can go anywhere on the leg except for the side of the knee. Arms just help you balance. Looking forward, finding something to look at that helps you balance. In yoga, we call that the drishti. We can focus on that, be mindful of our breath, and relax the face. On an exhale, bring it down to prayer pose and step back to your mountain position. Feet under hips, body strong and active. Let's put hands on the hips again. So same pose, other side, shifting to the left foot, pressing down, a soft knee, but an active body. Everything's strong, everything's active. This time we open the right knee out to the side, so opening through the hips, squeezing the glutes. And then if you want to, we can walk it in. We can stay on the floor or at the ankle, or we can come up low on the leg. It's up to you. Maybe we inhale, reach the arms somewhere that helps us balance. Again, finding something to look at in front of you where you can focus. You can listen to your breath, feeling strong and rooted. On an exhale, bring hands to prayer pose in front of the heart and step back to your mountain pose. Well done. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release it. Awesome. Let's relax our hands to our thighs. Root down at your feet, rise up through your body. Inhale, reach up through the right side of the body. Exhale, have a nice side stretch. And I always like to remind that we're keeping the core engaged, and it's not so much about how far over you can go, but how much you can lengthen. So think of your spine. We're trying to bring it nice length, creating space. On every inhale, think of reaching through that right side body a little bit more. On the next inhale, bring it up to neutral. Exhale, relax. Same thing, other side. Inhale, bring your left arm up. Exhale, have a side bend, little lateral flexion in your spine. Core stays engaged to protect your spine. And then again, it's all about length. So root at your foot, reach through your body, be long and tall. On the next inhale, bring it up to neutral. Exhale, relax. Let's come back to our prayer pose. Come back to that intention we set. Maybe it's letting go of something that no longer serves you. Maybe it's something different. Let's have a breath in and out. On the next inhale, let's reach up. Exhale, take a swan dive all the way down. And we'll step to our knees. Working on camel pose a little bit today. If you'd like to, you can double up your mat to pad your knees a little bit more. In camel pose, we can tuck the toes if we want or leave them flat, up to you. And then engage your core, engage your glutes, lengthen your spine. Let's put hands and fists at the bottom of the spine, the flat part, not up at the lumbar, not down at the tailbone, but the flat part in between. Let's think of lengthening the spine the whole time, drawing shoulder blades together more and more and more, still strong in the core and the glutes. On an inhale, maybe lifting up through the heart, having this little back bend. We want this back extension really just to reach the upper back. We want the lower back to stay neutral, core stays engaged, no pain in the lumbar, and just let the upper back enjoy the back bend. We want to still be able to breathe, not feel any pain. If we've been practicing this pose for a while, we can maybe reach back to the heels, lift the heart as much as you can without pain. Let's have one more breath here. And then ease back up, inhaling as you go. Exhale, rest. Give your arms a little wiggle. Then take it down to your child's pose for a counter pose, letting your spine go the opposite way. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, rest. On the next inhale, let's rise up to all fours. Come down to a seated pose on the hips. When we come to our seated pose on the hips, just like we did earlier, we want to find the hip bones rooted tall. We'll have a few stretches before we relax. Rooted tall at the hips, tall in the spine, or rooted down at the hips, tall in the spine. There we go. Let's cross the right leg over the left, having a twist and a hip stretch. With a long spine, let's put the right hand behind the hip, keeping the shoulder active, left arm reaching forward. Have a deep breath in. Exhale, twist toward that bent knee. Lengthen your spine. Maybe look over your shoulder. In a twist, we want to pause and make sure it feels nice, that there's no tension or pain anywhere, that we can still breathe easily. And here we're also getting a stretch deep in the right hip. On an inhale, let's come back to neutral. Exhale, relax, lengthen that leg. Same thing, other side. Let's cross the left leg over the right. Put the left hand behind you, right arm reaching, tall through the crown of the head, long through the arm. Have a big breath in. As you exhale, turn to that knee, hug it to your chest. Maybe we look over the shoulder. Good. Again, this shoulder is active. Our spine is long and tall. We're able to listen to our breath. Able to breathe easily. This time stretching deep in the left hip. On an inhale, let's lengthen. Exhale, release. We'll come to a cross-legged pose, whatever's comfortable. Seated tall, shoulders back. Let's let one ear gently travel toward the shoulder, stretching the side of the neck and where the neck meets up at the shoulder. On the inhale, bring it back up to neutral. Exhale, go the opposite way. Matching your inhale to your exhale still. On the next inhale, bring it up to neutral. Exhale, relax. Awesome. Let's come to lie down on the mat. Let's hold the back of one leg. Use your core strength to help you down. Ease down all the way to the mat. Let's hug our knees to our chest. Let the back flatten and relax. Then placing our hands on our kneecaps, Let's guide our knees around in small circles, giving a little massage to your low back, releasing tension in that area, and then reversing the direction, going the other way. Let's open the knees out in opposite directions, circling them to meet in the middle. This is a great move for hip mobility. Then reversing the direction and going the other way with this pose too. We'll have a big breath in and exhale, feet to the mat, shoulder blades pressed into the mat. The last stretch we'll do is a nice hip stretch for you, upside down pigeon. We'll cross the left ankle over the right knee. If this is enough stretch for you, stay here. If you want a little more, hug your right leg to your chest, and we're reaching the arms to gently hold at the right hamstring. We want to relax the spine. We want to relax the face. And still having those nice deep breaths. On an exhale, release the pose and uncross the leg. Same thing other side. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. And if you want a little bit more, gently hugging the left leg towards your body, holding at the hamstring. Letting the spine lengthen. Letting your breath start to head back to normal. On an exhale, releasing the stretch and settling into your favorite way to relax, whether it's knees up, resting on each other, or legs long on the mat. Choosing whatever is more relaxing to you. Getting comfortable, bringing your palms to face up. Let's have a deep breath in. Exhale, let yourself totally relax, closing the eyes. So we just let the body melt into the mat, and we let the breath head back to normal. Maybe we come back to that intention one more time, letting go of things that no longer serve me, or whatever it is that you chose. And then just breathing, soaking up all the good things you did for your body with this practice today. You did great, really, really, really great. I highly encourage you to stay here and rest for a few minutes on your own. And just enjoy those nice benefits of moving and breathing and how good you feel after you do it. So I'll leave you here today, maybe bringing your hands to heart center one more time and saying, Namaste.